Welcome to another episode of The Adventures of Danny and Mike, wherein the fellas discuss peanut butter and dates, peroxide, and shitty sandwich chains. Now play the music, Daddy. First way I learned about condoms was Julio and Marisol ads on the subway.
I don't remember those at all. Yeah.
Well, you didn't.
You weren't take around here. You weren't around here, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was taking the subway, but I was taking.
They were like this. They're like very stark on the subway, very stark ads.
Oh yeah,
and
do not remember them at all. It looks like a Sonic Youth album cover.
Yeah, it does.
Well, they were they were both in English and in Spanish, like the same characters. And it was like, come on, Marisol, show me you really love me. I will. This is burned into everybody's memory who rode the subway.
Right.
I will, Julio, but only if you use this.
Huh.
A condom.
But it doesn't feel the same.
No, he's like, it's clear you don't really love me. And he storms out of the door.
Wow.
And she says, she's all alone. And Marisol says, I love you, but not enough to die for you.
Whoa.
Interesting.
And this was like, this shit was in your face every day going uptown on, on the 6th train. It was the 90s, yeah.
A lot of AIDS happening and sexual transmitted diseases were flourishing.
And so, like, these phrases were, this was my entryway into Spanish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Because why do you laugh? Because the comics were bilingual on the subway. You know, They were both, if you're on the west side or whatever.
Right.
I'm laughing because you could have just taken Spanish in school, but instead you chose to learn it by reading a subway ad for condoms.
I had to take a long...
That's funny to me.
I had to take a dead language. I was in Latin class with all the future nerds. And
what a bad look Latin was.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, good. You got a basis for a bunch of languages that you can't speak.
Well, I mean, it's still happening to this day. So
what do you mean, más semplicemente?
Okay.
Pomodoro.
There we go. Yeah, push it to hard Italian. I can figure out some of it.
I did want to say, I was going to send a photo in our group chat that when I was walking by, Marla and I was walking down the street, we saw a brand new condom. It's funny that you bring up condoms. A brand new condom and then one that was opened, the pack. And I was going to text you and say, hey, if you were a kid, Danny, would you also pick these up and use them like cigarette butts?
Oh, that's not nice.
But I didn't send it, so it's weird that you brought up
total ground score for Danny.
Yeah. Big time.
Resourceful man.
That was high school, though, right?
Yeah,
that wasn't
long ago.
That was not.
Could
that
you
was
imagine?
middle school. That's disgusting. Yeah,
No, I mean, people should be using condoms. Raw dog in it can get you in trouble.
That's right. My first introduction to condoms was bathrooms at weird truck stops while we were traveling.
Yeah.
And I would secretly get a quarter.
The vending machines.
And put the quarters in.
You could buy a balloon. That's different.
And then put it in and get the Rough Rider.
It's a greasy
buy them,
balloon.
Really?
I would buy them and I would buy one and just keep it. And I was thinking I was the coolest guy in the world.
Oh, my God.
So I go back and show my friends, be like, whoa.
Rough Riders.
Rough Riders.
Mine is so much more suburban.
He had a condom club. That's so sweet.
Why don't
my condom experience was just the commercials for Trojan on Loveline. Well, I was listening to Loveline.
Well, I remember them on FAN or exactly.
Trojan, hey, and then you're like,
stop ruining.
Wow, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
I do remember them from.
Like, oh wow, that's gonna make you sound like that.
I guess I remember them from Z100.
Yeah, that was Loveline was on.
Yeah, I guess I remember from Z100 those Trojan commercials.
Those are my
shout out to Giovanni. He does all the restoration of the old Loveline episodes. Shout out to him. And while we're at it, let's get this started. Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Marone.
I love you, Jeremy, but not enough to die for you.
And to his right, Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
I'm still confused on how we just started talking about condoms, but that's cool. Hi.
And my name is Jeremy. I found out about condoms from truck shop bathrooms.
Wow.
Thank you so much for tuning in. It's a weird way to
sell.
It's the condom episode. What
single dad here, dating in the age of single dadness. When I have a good record in certain things, like I tried to get into the union. First test, first vote.
Right. It's tough.
Pass the first test, pass the first vote. I tried
You did?
Yeah. Like you make your
Something that
application.
doesn't happen often?
No, not necessarily, but it happens.
No? Okay.
Well, I mean, Jeremy's experience is not.
It's different department, but yes.
Yeah.
Still the same union, which is a very tough union to get into.
I tried to have a kid. The first time I had a kid, I got a kid. I scored that night. You know what I mean? It took me one sex act to produce one child. So
one for
I'm
one.
1 for 1. I'm batting 1,000.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, you know that
union getting into and reproduction.
Yeah.
So that being that setting on the table,
he was never in one take Morona. That's all I know.
What are you talking about?
You're thinking of something different. One pump, one take. It's different.
I was saying one take Morona.
Yeah, okay.
Like he can't get anything in one. He has to feel it once and then do it again.
It's very
we had a lot of fun.
One pump.
What's that? By Dr. Jeremy over here. Let's get fact.
How do we make babies the most efficient way?
A fact check for the biologist.
Oh boy.
Per time, Jeremy can have the most sex in a single 24-hour period because it's one pumping out.
That's right.
I've only ever gone into a sex act once, wanting to have a baby, and came out of it
ding, ding,
with
ding.
a bit. Yeah, I mean,
well, have
several
you ever
days
read
later.
the book The Secret?
No.
If you will it.
Yeah, but I haven't been putting the vibe out in the world. I don't want to be old dad though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
G is 2 and a quarter now. 2 and a quarter,
nice.
Which is better than nickel. You know, nickel is $1.75.
Right.
And G is
the price of metal, Jeremy.
Okay,
for the listener, Jeremy was confused.
And G's running around, going to daycare now 1 day a week, and first time the other day. I don't want to be one of them old dads when he's kicking the soccer ball around.
But I don't think you have
what does that mean?
Choice.
I'm saying I can either need to shoot and score again quite quickly, or not. I don't want to have any more kids.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you can get. There's some takers, I'm sure, that would like to carry your Michael C. Morona.
If you would like to carry Michael C. Morona C,
yep.
Give a shout at 347-470-8150.
No strings attached.
Yeah,
we are really good at.
Now I see why Denny said love lines. Now I get it. I didn't realize I was going there, but like post that. I don't
know. What's the difference between? So how does having another kid make you an old dad? Or how does not having another kid?
You're saying if you have another kid, you become a geriatric father.
Well, no, I can only be older when they're when G's 15, I'm gonna be 53 or whatever. Right. So I don't want to be like.
How old were your parents when you were
young like yours? Yeah. The Catholic in their 20s.
Yep.
Plus, I was the oldest child of the oldest child. So, like I said,
so you were like, yeah.
I've always commented on this anomaly.
Right.
Oh,
I'm the OG too.
Yeah, we took a picture with my grandma with all the kids. She was smothered in great grandkids.
That's a.
You can order that at Waffle House. Actually, smothered in great grandkids.
What are the great grandkids? Do I want to know? With that extra topping on your smothered and covered.
My cousin's 4 daughters are all named after flowers, so it's quite fragrant. You could get violet, lily, rose.
Potpourri.
You get violet, lily, rose, and I'm so embarrassed.
How many Waffle Houses do you think we'll hit on in a Florida tour in March?
I'm looking forward to Whataburger. Actually.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's your go-to. I had to look at that menu and see if there's something I can eat. I remember it from my childhood.
Don't bring me into this, Michael.
Why?
Pensacola was a long time ago, okay? I got scared. I got scared about Whataburger, so I left.
Somebody pulled the emergency brake.
I wasn't feeling it, and then instead I went to Jimmy John's and immediately regretted that too. So there was really, it was a no-win situation for me.
What large chains will we? Is that a brand you hate, Jimmy John's?
No, I don't give a shit.
You know
what I hate in that brand? I hate Jersey Mike's because fuck that shit.
Fuck
that shit ain't good.
But I'm saying, isn't Jimmy John's the one that
it's not Jersey
makes their employees sign a non-compete agreement when they leave? They can't be sandwich artists in a 5 mile radius. Seriously,
I mean,
I think that was one kvetch that I had with them.
Is that true, or is this a hummus story?
Time for up.
First fact check.
Is this a hummus story? I have a container of hummus that's actually been gathering humidity in my fridge. Wait, what's it good for when you haven't opened it yet? Because I haven't found the good flatbread, Dan. I should have asked you to bring some good flatbread from your end of Brooklyn.
You can get some good flatbread. Yeah, my end of Brooklyn is good for flatbread.
I'm saying you're in the pita zone. I am in the where. What do you call it? We be flooded right away if the sea level rises where I am. But you're luckily in the PETA zone, which is like you're like 5th priority when it comes to evacuation because you guys are up there on the heights.
You got a little bit of heights, yeah. That's why
you got some good elevation. Yeah, you got good elevation.
Yeah, my nose bleeds when I get to the top of my building because it's so fucking high.
Oh, mine is because I haven't filled up my humidifier this year, or even since Christmas. Jeremy, bring us back.
Well, I can't
find anything.
I don't know how to phrase it.
Interesting.
He doesn't know how to phrase it.
Interesting.
I forget what we were even fact checking at this point.
I don't know.
Jersey Mike's can't work at other Subway shops.
No, it was Jimmy John's.
Oh, Jimmy John's.
Oh, God. We've just wasted so much of our listeners' time. We're sorry.
It's a simple fix. It's a 1-2 fix. Yes, Jimmy John's employee contract prohibits working in other sandwich shops. Wow. That's from 2014, but...
I have Irish Alzheimer's. You forget everything but the grudges.
God, how do you remember all this stuff?
I don't know.
Me?
Yeah.
I have...
Freaky.
That's kind of bullshit. That's a bullshit thing to do.
What do you mean?
Like if you were like...
Yeah, and that's why we rightfully shun them, and I wanted to bring it up to you at the time, but it was like late night, and I didn't want to make you look like more of an asshole than you already were.
Wow. Why? Because I just dipped from the line?
Yeah, kind of. Kind of.
So what? If you didn't place an order, who fucking cares?
That's a good point.
You wasting your own time.
That's a good point.
I was getting...
Plus, everybody behind you gets a little like, woohoo.
Yeah.
I had ordered... something online to pick up. These big box stores can do that now. You can just go online and just order it and walk in, and there's like a little place on the side. And it said my delivery was ready, or my pickup was ready, and I went there and I waited in line for 40 minutes, and it was like
get out of here.
2 days before Christmas, and it was
which
such
2
a
days
pain in the ass. It was Friday before Christmas, and
yeah.
I waited in line for 40 minutes for them to be like, sorry, if it doesn't say it's down here, it's not here yet.
What do you mean?
And I was like, what do you mean? It said it was ready to go.
You told me to come here.
I was so angry.
What did you do?
I went into the store and just found it.
No.
Picked it up and then waited for another 30 minutes to pay for it and leave. So I just went and then went to the store.
And then you never picked up the one that was waiting for you.
And I never picked up the one that was waiting for me.
Wow. So. There's got to be a good name for that.
And there was only one left, and it was a Star Wars fleece blanket for my nephew.
Oh,
and he was
good uncle.
He was pumped when he got it. He was wearing it the rest of the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. My sister took pictures and sent it to me. He was all cozied up with it.
The one with Sinbad Jingle All the Way?
Oh, God.
We talked about this.
What?
Did we talk about Sinbad and Jingling All the Way?
Where Arnold and him are competing for the toy.
Yeah, for Superman. What is it? Nitro Man, whatever.
No one had to compete. No one had to compete for this.
Mm-hmm.
It was just you and a surgical strike. You're fucking solid snake.
Easy. What is that? Is that an X-wing on a big fleece blanket that feels real nice and cozy?
Oh my God.
This kid's going to love it. And he was just loving it.
What? So you went and grabbed it off the shelf. And you just walked out?
No, he didn't walk out. He paid for it. He waited online.
And then you canceled the.
He didn't. He didn't CC Rider that shit.
I was like, how did? Yeah,
I should have. I should have just walked right through and been like, "Fuck you, big box."
Got it. Thank you. Yeah. Nah, come on. Just the Star Wars blanket. Let's. We don't hold no.
I mean, look. Hey, it was a good price. It was what I was looking for in the moment. It was a good price.
So, what we've established is that there are complications with technology so far. Is it fair?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, but you're, I can't steal Jim Two's joke, but he posted something about how we're all so technologically advanced, but I still have steam heat in my fucking apartment, and it's still like I can't control it, and it's old, and it's very good. If you go to jimtwo's.com
/jokes
random two shout out.
Yeah, it's a random two shout. It made me fucking laugh really hard. I don't want to make it shitty, but you should go to his Instagram and watch it because it's very funny.
He had
and it's so true. It is. It's like, what the fuck, like.
Yeah,
we've come so far.
Why do we not?
Can you fix it?
Why do we not have personal ceramic belts by now?
Oh my god!
Personal heater cooler.
Well, they're already selling you. I watch a lot of old people movies on over the terrestrial television as opposed to the cable or other.
Right.
And so they try to sell you a lot of old people remedies. I was thinking of Danny and his ailing back. They have like Dr.
For
Ho's.
the listener, my back hurts. Thanks for bringing that up.
They have Dr. Ho's miracle belt, and it shows this crazy illustration, this crazy little animation when you, when you fucking, you plug it in, and all of a sudden it like stretches you strap on the belt, and then the belt stretches laterally, so you're kind of being lengthened in a torturous Russian way.
Oh my god!
But it really, exactly. It looks like those bathtub mimics that try and eat you in the Zelda's like 8th level.
Oh my! I've never got to Zelda's 8th.
No, not the 8th level. In the 7th.
Zelda's first level and said, "I don't." And this is
you weren't a Zelda person.
This is not the game for me.
You were more of a Genesis boy.
I was an Atari kid, and then right to Sega Genesis,
and then Stony.
I love the packaging for all of those games, like the gold.
That shit was cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the game. I was more of a Mega Man guy.
See, I like.
Sure.
Love. I used to go to my friends' houses and play the shit out of
game.
Every incarnation, sure.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of people who. We've always gotten a great count when we go to cons of people who are cosplaying. I'd say we've normally gotten a ton more Zeldas and Links, but there've always been some good Mega Mans.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean those are like young kids who are rocking Zelda stuff too. You see,
that is good, because they're playing it on the Switch or whatever.
It's kind of like Pete and Pete, You got, I think Mega Man was an opening because I didn't read every single comic before then and wasn't really aware, even though, I had my DC favorites and my Marvel favorites and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
When Nintendo was going on, so say 10 or 11 you could kind of have this one-note villain, and that was so freeing. You know what I mean? Because Mega Man had to go and defeat all these dudes to get their powers. He had to go beat Cut Man, he had to beat Wood Man, he had to beat Metal Man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I don't remember all of them.
What?
I don't know.
You're a terrible person.
It's just it was
Magnet.
some of the early ones. So
There's a Magnet Man. So he had to defeat all these guys to get their powers. And
guy throwing hummus.
You could see where you could see Hummus Man.
Yeah.
You could see where it went to Scott Pilgrim in a way, but also this kind of like Rogue, or the same thing that informed like Venom. The like every guy that he bonds with, like he took some of Spider-Man's powers, and he took some of Eddie. He took everybody that he bonds with, he takes a little bit more of their stuff.
It's called a parasitic relationship.
It's symbiotic.
No, because the other person's not gaining anything from it.
Super strength and the ability to make spikes out of nothing.
But if you're taking someone's
bloodlust, I would say that's an improvement if you're quite morose.
You are parasitic because that person is losing it. Right? They're not gaining anything.
Oh, no, but
symbiotic relationship is
but Spider-Man still has his spider sense. He just
but he didn't get anything from Venom out of it.
He did.
Venom did.
Yeah, well, lots of trauma and like years of storylines.
Okay.
Total maximum carnage.
I don't think. But at the very bones of
the core of it.
At the core of it,
go ahead.
Venom gave nothing to Spider-Man that wasn't like you're saying abstract like fear and shit. Like that's not what I'm talking about.
No,
he got some web slinging ability.
It's a symbiote. It was a symbiotic relationship, and they both got something out of it. I would say that if they had, for instance, if they had a kid, sensitive single dad, sensitive single dad.
If Venom had a kid,
if Venom and Spider-Man had a kid,
right?
You would say obviously that Spider-Man would be the custodial parent, but Venom would have.
But you're not explaining to me what Venom gave. What Venom gave? I mean,
he saved his ass millions of times.
This is such a.
He saved his ass all kinds of times. Like, just you could have died.
This is the conversation we need in America right now. I don't know what you're talking. Guys are talking. This is what we need.
Okay,
right.
Symbiotic relationships.
There you go.
I don't agree.
You're fake raw dogging it, and then a Venom condom pops right when you're about to. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Bring it back home.
And then if you want to be gross with your friends, you can just like sling them around. No, okay.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
You guys, jeez.
What do you mean if you want to be? What do you mean if you want to be gross with your friends, Jeremy? Here we are, living example of you being gross with
Single
your friends.
dad, newlywed, wifed up. And you guys are being way more gross than I am. I should be the one being the gross one.
Jeremy's bada boot up.
I was watching something and it was showing sort of raucous teenagers in college or whatever, college kids, and I just remembered back in my
SUNY Albany.
No, I wasn't there, but back in my old days, I would just do the dumbest.
Oh yeah,
just some dumb shit.
Okay,
that's in line with that. So,
speaking of our last dumb rant about whippets, of course, I went
right to my bodega and bought a fucking case.
No, but the ubiquitous vape stores that pop up all over Greenpoint and other places.
It's everywhere.
It actually just says whip it on there in lowercase letters, like after listing all the, hookah hoses they have or whatever the fuck it else. So it could be.
So it's like,
it could be like
it's a whip.
Yeah.
Because it's for the. I like that.
That's I'm saying it could be like a dessert. It could be the roller skating move, but it just says whip it in lowercase letters and they list all their other wares.
I wish that they also had a Devo reference in there. Just a second whip it, and then another thing that said good with an exclamation point.
See, I was going for the animal whippet character that would be the face of whippets moving here forward. So it'd be some sort of fun.
It's more of a holistic brand experience.
Yeah.
Is what you go for.
Well, the person would be a little blue in the face because it, cuts off the oxygen.
Venus, mostly venous blood
blue,
at this point.
It's a guy that's got blue lips, bloodshot eyes. What else?
Yeah.
Sounds like I should check his pulse and call 911.
No. He's smiling.
Mike, what do you know about the blue people of Kentucky?
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining.
It's
shine down.
Have you heard of this, Daniel?
No.
It's a family in Kentucky, the Fugates family that lived in the hills of Kentucky, commonly known as the Blue Fugates.
You mean the Fugates?
Fugates, okay. Or the
Fugates.
blue people of Kentucky.
What is the matter with this guy?
Carriers of a genetic trait that led to a disease. I don't know. I read it somewhere also recently, and gives the skin a blue tinge. So there you go.
You could also
that's interesting.
You could also just like take colloidal silver too much and then be permanently.
I saw that.
Smurf.
Yeah,
that was
Papa Smurf. That Papa
that's
Smurf
a
guy
weird
is scary,
dude, man. That scared me too.
Yeah, that's Papa guy.
There's some guy who was like doing the rounds on like Dr. Oz or something.
That he's blue?
And he like
You got to get out. You got to get out there, young man, and not be watching so much Dr. Oz.
I wasn't watching so much Dr. Oz. It just came on and I saw a man who was blue with a gray beard.
I couldn't look away.
Let me just say, protecting the brand here. Fuck Dr. Oz.
Yeah, fuck Dr. Oz is right. I'm not saying anything. Like
while
that.
we're into fucking doctors, fuck Dr. Phil.
Yeah, fuck him.
He's a little better, but Dr. Oz is a fraud.
Why don't you cash me outside? How about that?
Okay.
No, but he did that. It's like that was considered medicinal like 150 years ago.
And he started doing it.
So he was like, oh, maybe it'd be good for me. And he just started like taking it nonstop and it turned his fucking body blue.
Dude,
Wow.
you do oil pulling, okay?
Yeah, so what? What
You
does that mean?
swirl oil around in your
still do
mouth
that?
and then let it go again. It's like
What is that? What's wrong? What's wrong with that than taking fucking silver? It's coconut oil. What the fuck is that going to do to me?
okay. You are making.
It makes my mouth feel better. It makes my mouth feel healthier. I don't know.
It
I like
improves my mouth feel.
It improves my mouth feel.
Okay.
See, I didn't know you were still doing it. I thought that was kind of like a phase.
I thought it was like pre-wedding.
Fuck you guys.
No, I'm being serious.
How about you guys can go fuck yourselves, both of you?
Just pulling for the wedding?
No, I just that's pulling for the wedding. That's just what I do, man. I don't know. I fucking changed my lifestyle a little bit. I still do that. I still eat my fucking veggies every goddamn week.
Yeah.
But he's not done. He works down the street.
Oh my god!
He bought the neighborhood deli.
Bum, bum, bum.
Back on his feet, now he's chopping up meat. Come inside, maybe you'll hear him say,
Try
too much
Rye
silver
or the
that
cat.
makes you blue, and then I'm just trying. No. Okay, great. I ruined it. Sorry, guys.
Weird Al was on that. You ever watch that show where they what's the hot takes or whatever they?
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is that you should check out this YouTube video. That's what I forget.
all right, we've named a bunch of brands we hate in a very short time.
And we just lost our YouTube subscriber. Fuck.
I don't think that YouTube. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. We have to go. Into this, but I'm just saying.
All I was saying is that you should watch a really funny video of Weird Al Yankovic eating hot sauce.
Yes.
I
Valid.
can't think of the name of that show.
And then
it's a good show.
And then catch Jim Tooze because he's very funny.
Oh my god. Yeah. So what? I can say whatever the hell I want. My name is in this podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's one of the first or second names. I'm trying to remember. It's kind of the.
No, it's just two syllable to one syllable. It's better.
It's like hydrogen to oxygen, but we both know that the oxygen is really what gives the life. You know. Really, you don't have nothing.
Can we get some?
I think it's a 50-50
Can we get
split.
T-shirts? Yeah, I'll have the hydrogen molecule, and you'll have the oxygen molecule.
I want to be the O.
Or you can be the O.
I want to be the O.
Sure.
Everybody will think that you went to that cool arena in England.
That's the O2.
Yeah,
that's an oxygen molecule. That's not a water molecule. That's O2.
Well, I would add the two to it.
It's well, then we could be hydrogen peroxide, H2O2.
There you go. Get your faces on some bottles of hydrogen peroxide.
You protect the brand. Imagine, we have been coming up with a good one at work. We have been coming up with a good one at work because we like some good, energy foods when you're hauling cable or out there. Peanut butter and dates.
Oh, is that the go-to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a peanut butter and banana guy myself, but dates are...
That is a staple of my Thanksgiving,
So
my entire tenure.
That's weird.
Really?
Dates, peanut butter, and a walnut. And then you roll the outside of the date in
date nut roll.
Granulated sugar.
Date nut roll.
It's like a 50s like housewife like snack.
Treat
with the ultimate fermentation of that culture, of course, finding itself in like Playboy ads with like make a Jello mold with in
the shape of a boob.
Exactly.
With a date inside.
I wanted to get back to hydrogen peroxide for a second.
If I may, the dates and peanut butter. We were trying to come up with a good. This guy Keeley, who we work with, is kind of a tall, stern-looking fellow. So we're trying to kind of come up with Father Keeley, Corporal Keeley, something like that. Corporal Keeley's dates and peanut butter.
Oh, he can't. He can't.
He can do whatever he wants.
Or brand that shit at all.
What? Okay, I was almost.
Dates and peanut.
So
I
was
almost specialty.
I was almost yelling.
Corporal so and so.
What about Oreos
and peanut butter?
Okay, I was yelling at the radio the other day because
you think about cucumbers, peanut butter, and fucking raisins.
But there's always different types.
I'm gonna throw up. I was yelling at the radio the other day because they were saying, I think my father invented putting peanut butter and jelly together and calling it goober, and I was like, you idiots. There's a product that puts them both together in one jar. It's called Goober Grape.
Or Goober Strawberry. They also have Goober Strawberry.
Yeah, for the listener.
There's a great subplot in a Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry meets a guy whose last name is Cobb, and they go out to dinner, and he like deconstructs a Cobb salad, and the guy gets offended. He's like, my great grandfather invented this Cobb salad, and he worked at blah blah blah, and
as you were
it's
saying,
a funny bit.
as you were saying, Previously.
Oh, the hydrogen peroxide.
Previous.
Wow,
Can we go back to hydrogen?
Previously on H2O2.
Can I just say something? Can I just add in?
We can cut all of this.
No, we're not cutting into this. I did want to say that rest in peace to Bob Einstein. Speaking of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, Super Dave.
Super Dave was a huge influence in my life. And my mom and I used to watch, and my whole family.
Well, sure, you guys went to high school together.
Super Dave. We would sit down and like laugh our asses off. It's one of the early things that like really
bonded.
That and SNL really did it for me. But
oh man.
So shout out to shout out to Bob.
She must be depressed about Pete Davidson, huh?
Who?
Your mom.
No. Why would she be? What?
You guys still watch SNL?
Oh
together?
no, we don't. We don't live in the same state. So yeah,
you don't.
You guys don't FaceTime at 11:30 on a Saturday night?
No, but my mom and her sister used to do that with Benny Hill.
Nice.
Okay, guys. Oh, sorry. So can't. When someone says Benny Hill, I can't not think that in my head.
Okay,
back to Peroxide.
No, the peroxide thing is over now. Like, wow, it's been like at least 4 minutes.
It's bubbled. It's bubbled away.
Well, that was what I was going to say. My whole life, I thought that when peroxide bubbled, it's because it was dirty, and that's
because you were dirty.
Getting the shit out.
Yes,
it's because you were
cleaning it out.
It's because you're dirty.
That's not the case.
Holy shit!
It's not the reason.
What?
What's
it's
happening?
Not the reason why.
Okay, I need answers.
Hydrogen peroxide bubbles up
because
it's an interaction with your skin. If your skin is open and there's any sort of a cut, it's going to bubble up. It's just the reaction of peroxide to your skin.
I'd rather go with the Catholic guilt version of carbon.
You keep putting that peroxide on until you stop cursing.
Yeah, exactly. When it stops bubbling is when you've been completely cleansed of all your sins. And like, I never stopped.
It's weird that we're talking about hydrogen peroxide, and that was my go-to when I was sort of early
making
in
meth
New York.
In Ohio.
No, but just like when I didn't have any medical supplies, I just get a bottle of hydrogen peroxide, and if I got a cut, if I got a whatever, like I would just dab it on and
Aches,
call
pains.
it a day.
Yeah, what's wrong with your back, Dan?
I don't know.
Have you tried rubbing peroxide on it?
No, I was in Portland, Oregon, shooting a music video for someone. I don't know. If I can
That
talk
sounds like
about
fun.
it.
You can't talk. You can't talk about it.
It was really fun. It was a real good time. But as you do with music videos, sometimes you have to,
physicalize yourself.
do a lot of physical dancing. Perhaps. Spoiler alert: I'm dancing.
May I offer you some peroxide?
Yeah, I usually like to soak my feet in a warm vat of peroxide at the end of a long dancing day.
But I was feeling a little stiff, and I walked off the curb. Sometimes you miss the curb, and you stomp really hard down.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's what happened. And now my lower back on my right side is fucked up. I can't sleep on it. I keep getting up really old. And this is about 6 years to the month when I pulled my back out, and I was fucked up for a couple weeks. So I really hope this is not a prelude to that, because
that was pre-podcast though.
Oh yeah, way
PP.
pre-podcast. Yeah,
That was pre-podcast.
Yeah, PP.
I pulled my back out, and then I had to go to Connecticut to the Spaceland Ballroom because Jounce was opening for Local H. How about that? Remember those guys?
Yeah, they're no I Hate God, but
It's true.
I mean, it's very different kind of music.
I'm
There's only
saying.
2 people in Local H.
Oh,
I
shit, I
Hate
didn't
God
know
has
that.
got fucking 5 people in it.
wow.
This was back in the day, you're saying?
I mean, this was 2009, maybe 2010.
I'm saying they're no I Hate God in that we walked into a bar right after them.
Them playing, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the North
I'm
Side
just saying,
Yacht Club.
Jounce was opening. It was a much different scenario. It's cool to walk into a bar where a band is just played that you like, but it's cooler to support a band that you like.
So I was in
That you have
Connecticut.
liked.
I says to Connecticut. I says, go ahead.
No, I didn't. I had to play a show with a fucked up back, and I felt really uncool, hobbling up the stage, and
Did you
gently
I was
putting
gonna
the
say,
bass
did
on
you
my
play
shoulders
less aggressive?
and grimacing.
Yeah.
Did you play less aggressively, or
I
maybe
did less movement.
How about
for
less
sure.
chords? Did
I
you play
felt
less chords?
Nope, same chords.
Same chords.
Same chords.
Just some hip movement. That's it.
Hey, one more shout out. Scruff Cardinal, who is a guy who plays in a band called Puppy Boy.
Way to go, Scruff.
Scruff put a show together with Jounce in Trenton, New Jersey at this place, Joe Mills Tavern.
It was celebrating Chris Christie moving
No,
to New Jersey.
It is interesting though because the place is literally 3 blocks from the Capitol. So you just like look at the old Capitol building and go, "Wow, that's where Chris Christie."
That's where the magic happens.
M&Ms.
Oh, is that what he ate?
I mean, amongst other things.
Oh, because you have that video of him dumping the bag into the box. I understand.
That is
Everyone's done some
that's a
weird
good
things.
one.
I have only once, I think, dumped M&Ms into popcorn. I really didn't get exotic before. Of course, I did have a very decadent time in the aughts when I put nutritional yeast and lime on all my popcorn and watched lots of black and white films
Love nutritional yeast.
at Film Forum.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
It's still possible.
Not working much. Yeah, I mean, I have the membership if you ever want to go.
I have some nutritional yeast.
Brands we don't hate, man. We're pushing brands all over the place.
Yeah,
sorry,
big
guys.
time.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
It's okay. Sometimes it happens. We go weeks and weeks and weeks without talking about anything.
Well, we must have $1 billion ideas then. You must have something percolating for the new year.
Ooh, $1 billion idea. I don't know.
Nothing off the
Jim
dome.
Tews and I are going to work on this steam heat thing and seeing how we can update that. That could be $1 billion idea.
Personal heaters.
I'm working on a what do you call it? A walkthrough for you to get to the 7th castle in Zelda.
I don't know what that means, but I get it.
Zelda Castlevania.
It's
Same
a dungeon.
thing. Didn't do it.
Oh, really? Yeah, you didn't like that? Well, okay, so Castlevania just recently had a TV show, which is kind of a mix of this. It's a weird mix of animation. It's like kind of realistic, super gory.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it called the same thing?
It's called Castlevania. It's on Netflix.
Interesting.
And weirdly scripted. Like they had to I felt like they had to pad it, but of course it's a narrative and not a video game, so different approach. I want the action.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't really used to cutscenes in 87.
Right. It was just all game.
Yeah.
All playing.
So I would say for what it tries to do, it's definitely better than, say, the movie version of Super Mario Brothers.
I mean, Bob Hoskins is a legend. I don't know if we can.
John Leguizamo also.
Yeah, but Bob was.
He screamed at you.
Yeah, he was the backbone.
He screamed at you.
John Leguizamo screamed at you?
No, he didn't.
Did he
That's
get in
John
trouble?
Turturro.
John Turturro, yeah.
Leguizamo and I are
Get it
cool.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Turturro.
you down with him?
Leguizamo? I've never met him actually.
I thought. Well, who
I'm
played
presuming.
Luigi? I'm thinking Totoro played Luigi.
No, really? I don't know.
Oh, he's not. Don't do that. Don't make that a fact check. You're gullible.
All right. I don't know. It's been so long ago. I can't remember yesterday.
You don't have to watch it, and you may never. I mean, unless you want to be scared by vampire.
Yeah, Castlevania on Netflix.
You know what I'm enjoying, and I'm not afraid
Stop
to say it?
endorsing shit.
I like and I liked it when they first did it before it was a show, but when the Archie series took like a dark comic turn, they just like Archie Afterlife where he's already dead and all that stuff.
Oh, I don't remember.
But the TV show
When we went
Riverdale,
to Comic-Con, I grabbed that the first issue of Archie Afterlife.
it's good. I really liked it.
And I watched one episode of Riverdale very recently.
And you didn't like
I'm
it? Or you
fucking
did
scared,
like it?
bro.
Dude, I'm super into it, and the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is good. Like Archie Comics figured out a real good thing.
I would say
and
that,
and I'm like super into it, and I don't care who knows.
I would say that the WB and then the CW and then whoever it shows.
It's
it
CW now.
I'm saying they have been making the same show for a long time. And this
Made
one
it a little more dark and a little more gothy. And then
I'm saying this
bam,
one
you
is
got a
around.
hit.
This one is around the same kind of framework, and nobody has superpowers yet.
I would think it would be difficult to argue Dawson's Creek versus Riverdale.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? There's
'Cause
just as
that
much
CW
there's a lot of
is also-
brooding.
Yes,
There's a lot
but
of brooding
but-
and waterways.
But one's a one. I mean,
I'm just saying that's a true WB show.
classic.
Like that's
No,
sort of
I would
like-
say One Tree Hill.
But
No,
you
but
couldn't. I don't think you
don't
can
have
compare One Tree Hill
before you
or
have-
Riverdale either.
But
I feel like
they both feature people looking at waterways.
Okay,
They
they're
do.
both they're both young and they're all
Brooding.
high school kids.
They're
and-
brooding.
Yeah,
And one of them,
I'll give you that.
I've never watched the show. First of all, either of them, Dawson's Creek or One Tree Hill.
Just watch the finales.
So I assume that they're both about traveling basketball teams. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Because I remember seeing promos for one and seeing one of the characters in basketball jersey.
Yeah, the whole thing is about basketball.
Magic Johnson announced that he had AIDS on
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's true.
He went from HIV positive to AIDS during Dawson's Creek, but then went back to HIV
Which
positive.
season?
During one of his behind the back passes.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
This is kind of a head scratcher.
Wow. You're literally scratching
you
my
have
head.
you have some behind the scenes here info because you're down with Josh Jackson.
I mean, yeah. I'm down with Josh. I'm down with Josh Jackson. I haven't seen him in 25 years.
You got the Pacey dirt, dude. You must know things.
No,
you know things.
No.
Come on.
For someone who's never seen the show, the fact that you know that Josh Jackson was Pacey makes me think that you did watch a little bit of the show.
No,
even if it was just like a click through and you got through like a scene or two.
No, it's because we worked on Fringe together, and he saw a picture of you on my phone, and we started talking. Honestly,
Okay.
that's how it happened.
Oh right, you did work on Fringe. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and so did he.
I know he did.
So
Weren't we supposed to go to a hockey game or something?
take off, hoser. I don't know.
I think we were.
I don't know. That's a great idea, though. And we're all dads. Look at all of us today.
Wow.
I'm not a dad.
All of us. I'm thinking of Josh Jackson,
You.
And you.
and Jason Schwartzman,
I'm sure he's a dad.
and I was just thinking of reunions from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
When's there going to be a Slackers reunion? It's got to be one. There's enough people that would be into that.
I think I'm not sure if
You're into
Devin is a dad.
I don't know.
I think Devin's a dad too, so that's great. It could be fun if there's like a second generation of Slackers.
Yeah, if you are into a Slackers, some Slackers love, hop on the voicemail, 347-470-8150.
You don't have to hop onto the voicemail, but we would love to hear from the Paul Allen about this, even if it's from the grave. I was thinking we should have sent out.
Paul Allen is the Paul Allen now. He's won the battle.
He became the one,
Yeah.
like the Jet Li movie, the one. He killed all the other Paul Allens to fuse their power. Good job, the Paul Allen. I felt like we should have sent out holiday cards to all our loving listeners this past holiday. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
I think we can do that, even though I dislike that idea.
You don't like getting the Christmas card.
Well, no, I don't mind. I don't mind getting them. I just don't. They're very 99.9% of them are completely impersonal. And it's like, here, look at me and my family. Merry Christmas. This one showed up on December 26th. Sorry, I don't even get to put you on my fucking refrigerator. I'd throw you in the garbage.
No, you didn't do that.
No, but what are you supposed to do with them? You feel bad when you go to throw them out. You keep them all?
I have Mike's last 2 years. I put them all on the piano. Celebrate years of holidays.
That's weird.
I do feel.
No, that's very cool. Thank you, Jeremy.
You're welcome.
I don't know why. It's just.
I don't have any.
I can't. I got a 1-bedroom apartment, man. I can't keep all that shit.
Give me the fucking break. We're talking about.
Yeah.
Something
do you know how many?
flat.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeremy. Do you know how many I get every year?
He's not used to being Irish.
Do you know how many
Jeremy's
I get
not
every
Irish
year?
or
Because
Italian.
I got a lot of friends and family.
Is that
it's an
because you're
Italian
Irish?
thing, Irish and
okay.
Italian.
My
You know how
family,
many I
for
get?
some reason,
How
I
many?
get about 60.
Would you
That's
relax?
not true.
Would you
I do.
relax?
I swear, I get
he's
about
like
60
upset.
of them.
He's upset at the
He's pissed.
deforestation right now over here.
Yeah.
My family, for whatever reason, seems to always take pictures like Memorial Day and use them for Christmas. I always get these like pastels and flowing sunny
With like
climbs
half
and stuff
an Easter egg on the bottom frame.
Yeah, stuff like that. And,
Cooking a steak.
You didn't drop it
It's
enough.
BBQ style.
yeah, and like one of the great things about, totally destroying your marriage and kind of realizing that and trying to be a good dad is working on a Christmas card together with your ex-wife and Jeremy liking that, I guess, and
I do
being
like
able to send it out, and and send real Christmassy pictures on it. And I was pointing out, because there's just like this breakdown of the two towers where everything that's evil is cold and blue and everything that's good is warm and yellow. And there's this huge like clash of light and dark throughout the whole big battle in the two towers. And it's a very funny YouTube video where he breaks down the clash of colors. And I was showing Adele, like, here's all these sunny climate ones from my family, and here's us with the Christmas style.
Dark,
Christmas
little
card.
Dreary.
Yeah, exactly.
Muted,
Short days,
perhaps.
short days, not a lot of sunlight.
I call bullshit on you getting 60 of these. I call bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
I want to see
Bro,
'em.
you have to see the amount of screeners I've gotten for the Screen Actors Guild
Well, that's a whole
awards.
different thing.
Those shits are out of control. I could stack those shits
You know
a
what I do?
mile high.
I want to watch them.
I don't pay my dues for the quarter that's happening, so they don't send them
Oh,
to
that's
me.
so great. That's a great idea.
And I'll just wait. They're like, if you don't pay your dues by this date, you're not going to get the screeners.
So
I'm like,
you're
fine.
so you're
I don't
saying
fucking want 'em.
you're paying a late fee
So
to
I pay
avoid
I pay $1.77 to avoid them sending me.
to avoid the most annoying mail of all time.
Oh,
I don't know. I would enjoy getting those.
Why would you enjoy?
Screeners?
Yeah.
Why? So you get to watch a bunch of movies at your house and not have to leave.
can do that anyway.
Not those movies.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Some of those. Oh, man. I don't
I'd
know.
rather support.
But
it
I
if
understand. It's a
you know,
waste.
it's
It-
total waste.
It's silly to me that they haven't come up with a digital solution for that.
The padded mailer.
watch it once and then it's very easy. Mission Impossible showed us how to do it 50 years
50
ago.
years ago, yeah, they perfected
You know?
this in disintegrating tape.
That's it. You get a SAG. This is it right here. This is my $1 billion idea.
Okay, here we go.
SAG makes everybody purchase a VCR, and the VCR just eats tapes after watching it
Yes.
once. So you get it, and then to make it even more, environmentally friendly, it just disintegrates the actual
VCR.
tape. No,
Oh.
just the tape. So then you're left with a plastic recyclable VCR tape.
I love it. I love everything about it.
Cassette.
Cassette?
Yeah, it sounds more recyclable than
Yeah.
tape.
Then tape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
VCR cassette.
Yeah. But
Yeah, because there's no tape left in it because it's been
the tape's gone.
burned. Thank you.
Dissolved. No, it
Right,
dissolves.
dissolves. Right.
You're
right,
just saying
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's like this message will
making it work.
self-destruct and just the tape explodes.
We're working on a new
Anywho.
we made a new biodegradable tape for the new Impossible Force.
Yeah.
Just saying, it could be something.
Yeah.
What could be?
This whole system he's coming up with.
Call bullshit on 60.
What?
Call bullshit on
I
60.
do call bullshit.
Okay, here we
on
go.
60.
Bullshit.
Okay, so
If you
you
bring
guys,
me 60,
here you guys go. I'm gonna bring
Holiday
together. I'm gonna bring
I've already
together.
thrown them out.
Here you
fuck
go.
you.
I'm
Look
gonna-
at that smirk on your face. Go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna bring together your two desires and invent a Christmas card that disintegrates after 5 years.
See, that's 5 years. That's
Well, also,
Jeremy
too
can-
much, but it's the same thing. Like I'm so
Jeremy
glad
can
you
watch them
saved
grow
them,
up.
but what the hell do you save them for? You're
Jeremy
putting
can
your
watch them
friend's
grow up
family in a
until
box.
they're gone.
until next year. That's what I do because I'm festive. Fuck you. The
Wow.
Yeah, my parents used to do the same shit. They'd keep the cards from the year before
You're an
and then put them
anti-hoarder.
up until then they would get the new ones and they would replace them.
Wow. You're an
don't even do
anti-hoarder,
that.
in other words.
Listen,
you don't like hoarding. We get it.
I mean, I have a lot of stuff that's hoarded still in my one-bedroom apartment, like CDs, for instance. Like, what the fuck?
How
am I
about
doing with
cassettes? Do you have mixtapes?
I have a ton of mixtapes. I've got like
Do you have a tape
I've
deck
got-
to listen to?
I've
them?
got DVDs and I don't even watch DVDs and I can't get myself to like throw them away and it's a problem.
Do you have any Pete and Pete DVDs?
I do.
Season
Those
3.
I will keep.
I have
Those
a
I will
still
keep. You
wrapped
see them on
copy.
Amazon. I'm sorry for the listener if you're trying to,
Yeah, sorry
get
about that
DVDs
one.
and that they're
buddy.
$200 on Amazon. Talk to Jeff Bezos.
You could come over actually to
I hear he's
to
going to be
Brooklyn.
single soon.
so maybe you could run with him. Wingman.
Yeah, do you want to be Jeff Bezos' wingman?
No, just come down to go to Long Island City because he's going to have to settle in there first.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But come to Brooklyn and you could probably watch the DVDs at Jeremy's house or my house.
Jeff
or-
Bezos is doing stand-up at QED in a store.
Well, he's in a store. Yeah. He's buying QED after not getting a good enough result at an open mic, and then he's buying The Creek and the Cave, and then he's buying all the rest.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I like the fact that he would just pop in at places, and what would
He does drop.
his
Jeff
comedy would
Bezos
be
does
like,
drop-ins.
The so I was pressure testing some boxes earlier today, and they said they were 80-pound crush limits.
Crush load, yeah.
Turned out they were only 60.
79.
Yeah, that's Jeff Bezos' Amazon because of
Right.
Open mic.
Yeah, exactly.
And the audience consists entirely of
employees.
Amazon workers
So
who
they
are
have to-
forced to laugh at him. They're forced to titter,
Exactly.
and they don't get paid for this time. They're not on the clock.
But I live in the Bronx.
Yeah.
He's trying to get a tight 10 down.
Yeah, he'll get there.
I would waste 10 minutes of my time for Jeff Bezos.
You already have.
Oh,
Yeah, we just did at least 5.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
No, in your life, shopping, sure you have. You wasted plenty of time for him.
Oh yes, on Amazon. Hell yeah.
Think about it.
It's very convenient though. I'll give him that. Give Jeff that.
Well,
So
I'll
is
say it makes
so
me
is
it
not
makes me think about doing.
so is
like,
not
weird shit when I
recycling
go
and
to the
not sorting
store.
your garbage and just throwing things out the window. That's really
Or
convenient.
if you
too.
get Amazon Prime and you're not using it, and you just realize that you're giving like $15 a month for a service that you don't necessarily use.
yeah,
all
fuck
the
that.
time.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, but then if you use it and then you go to like now, if you go to Whole Foods or something like that, there's like you can
They're
get
getting you.
yeah, but I thought that it would be more. I thought it would be like a better discount. I've been going and like you saved 87 cents. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
Fuck
Not
you, man.
worth it.
I thought it was better than that though. I thought it was
Depends
like
on what you
20%.
get. They
Oh,
like
okay.
they give you what it is. But then there will be some stuff like I bought some ground bison and it was $7 for a pound as opposed to 10 if you had the Prime. So then I'm thinking, I'm like, well, if I buy 7 pounds of this,
$49.
then I've saved myself $20-something, and that Prime is totally worth it.
Ugh.
So it makes you think fucked up shit.
When is Amazon going to buy Costco? That's a problem.
Oh man, big box Amazon.
That's going to be a problem.
They already have pop-ups, which are just stores. Like look what we did. It's a store. Yeah, we've been doing that for years, as a country, as a nation, as a world. So anyway, well, we covered Amazon. We covered.
This has been a real big, yeah. I said,
Rubbas.
and I didn't say the big box store that I went to and waited in line.
That's
for
good.
no fucking
That's good that
reason.
you
Okay.
didn't, because I went to several while I was shopping. I had the damn fool notion. This was great. I did a similar like 2 days before Christmas shopping spree, and I had the damn fool notion that I was going to go find a box set of my choosing in a big box store in New York 2 days before Christmas.
A box set in a box store.
Yeah.
Like a video, like a set of a TV set, like several seasons of a TV show. I was sure I was going to find this,
Like
in
Beavis and Butthead, for instance.
Negative. That was just like a happy accident. Yeah.
Mike, do you use this podcast as a form of therapy?
My therapist has been dead for like 6 months now.
Michael is completely horizontal. That's where Daniel's going.
Oh, is that where you're going with that?
Yeah, it was
you
just
could put a pillow under my feet if you
No,
want
I
to.
think
I don't think
we're
that's
okay with that.
therapy.
No, it's just with my chosen seat in the Seltzer King studio without proper back support. I just need to occasionally.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
You understand.
Talk to me about back support right now. Appreciate that. Just why don't you kick me while I'm down?
that's right.
I could talk to you about child support, but you wouldn't understand that. Single dad.
That's it. We should have a segment like this now every week.
Single dad?
Yeah, because I'm curious. I'm curious to know what's going
Homer
on.
Simpson indicators. Okay, here's
Yeah, I'm an HSI and you're a
good one.
single and you're an SDI.
how we look at SDI. At least I'm not an SSRI. Here you go, Jeremy. Here's a tight 5 on the single dad situation.
Okay.
Yesterday, he said to me, you want to go to Dada's house? He refers to himself in the second person always. He says, you want to go to Dada's house and watch basketball?
Oh.
And I go, wow. Because we watched the end of a Villanova game. We watched a Villanova game where it was the same score for like 5 minutes. Nobody could do anything correctly.
Right.
And that's what
And now
that's what G was into.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, they're just passing the ball back and forth.
No,
That's
I mean
awesome.
we play basketball in the apartment with him. I got him a basketball hoop
nice.
for Christmas. That's just fits perfectly over like the slats and some shelving that his mom has. So it's easy for him to run over and dunk. We've been doing a lot of dunking. We're doing the rare double stuff dunk where you're like
two balls.
Dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been fun. He had a veritable, I told you guys, a veritable Hanukkah of Christmases as far as being able to open presents for a long time.
For a long period of time?
Yeah. So much so that he got used to it. I guess she nipped the advent calendar in the bud very effectively when they were up in New Hampshire, but he still wanted to like keep opening presents post New Year's, and did until like one day when there weren't any anymore. But he didn't take it too much to heart.
Remember when you had to take breaks when you were unwrapping your presents because you were so little? I don't remember it, but I know it.
I got winded because my parents were just like very, very good rappers. So I would wear myself out on the
got that
on
expensive
the duct tape.
paper.
Yeah, on the duct tape, and then they would take pity on me and break out a large knife, which had nothing to do with the rapping. They would just cut me.
Okay, going somewhere dark there.
Yikes.
Before we get too dark,
this is my therapy.
I just want to say that we're a part of the Last Podcast Network. Check
Yes, we are.
them out, lastpodcastnetwork.com. On the socials, it's lastpodnetwork.com. Check them out. They have some amazing shows. I love Last Podcast on the Left. I actually own a t-shirt now.
Look at you.
Yeah, so I'm an official fan. But there's a lot of great shows. Check them out.
Brighter Side, The Story Must Be Told.
Yep. Abe Lincoln's Top Hat. Some political jargon from Mr. Kitzel. What else?
Feel the content flowing through your ears and into your brain hole.
That's right. Give us a shout on the voicemail, 347-470-8150 if you have problems, suggestions.
If you're the Paul Allen and you need anything attended to at all, we will take care of it, sir. We'll be there for you.
And guys, don't forget that we're going on a little fun tour.
That's
just
right.
A little Florida tour and a little Newburgh, New York beforehand, just to make sure we have all the kinks ironed out before we do the shows in Florida. So what we got the March.
I got them right here.
Oh, you got them right here. Well,
yeah.
Let's.
Newburgh Brewing Company is going to be February 28th.
That's right.
$3. March 7th.
Petersburg.
And
St. Petersburg.
That's in St. Petersburg. And then let's see, Dead Lizard Brewing Company, Friday, March 8th.
Do you want to get in this?
Roadkill Academy Brewing
No.
in Gunship, Florida.
No.
And then it's First Magnitude Brewing, Saturday, March 9th.
Did you say where that is? That's Gainesville,
That's
my
in
friend.
Gainesville,
That's
Florida.
a Gainesville guy.
Yeah.
You know what I love about Gainesville? The trees.
I like the 352 area code myself.
Okay. And then we rounded out with Bold City Brewery in Jacksonville, Florida, and that's Sunday, March 10th.
One of the largest
And that will be
cities.
That'll be a brunchy good time.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Come early. Don't show up at night because we'll be on our way
We'll be flying back.
to New York.
Right. 1
Not
p.m.
because we don't want to be in Florida.
Just because maybe we have to work on Monday or whatever. I don't know.
Who knows? But yeah, come check us out on those tour dates and
check DannyandMike.com.
With the and spelled out.
Right.
That's important.
or any of our socials. And then this guy right here is at Michael C. Morona. You can argue with him on Twitter.
I don't use Twitter as my therapist.
And
No, you don't.
This guy's at D. Tamborelli on the Twits and at Danny Tamborelli on the Instagram. I am at Remy Balin on most things, at Jeremy Balin on the Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will check you on the next one, Daniel. Bye. Bye.
I said bye.
Rub us. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balin. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.